The Indianapolis Colts have done the inexplicable. They have decided, they have chosen Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback. They need a rebuild. Chris Ballard is probably on the verge of being fired. And I don't know, I like Chris Ballard. Has he made every right decision for the Colts? No. Has he put the Colts in the best position to win? No. So I guess it is probably time to make a change. I'm stepping in, seeing if we can turn this team into a perennial winner in the AFC South the way they were with Peyton Manning at quarterback back in the day. Andrew Luck, you had to protect him. What are you doing? We're not going to make the same mistake. But whether or not I can actually develop Anthony Richardson, that seems to be basically impossible. I'll tell you what I'm not going to do is sit here and pretend to you that Daniel Jones will be my starter and that we're going to try to win with him. I'm not doing that. And I think that alone should earn me your subscription. You may think you're subscribed already. You're probably not. Make sure you're subscribed. Like the video, because you're going to like it. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. This video is brought to you by Men's Warehouse. So, no, it isn't. But it could be sponsored by somebody. I don't know. This video is sponsored by Underdog. Underdog is the best place to play daily fantasy sports. As you can see, I hooked it up. When you use code BENGAL, sign up at Underdog, you can get a free bonus pick for Malik Neighbors week 1, the 7th of September. All you need is 1 receiving yard for Malik Neighbors to go over. It's quite literally a free pick. It will be free. Go ahead, take full advantage of that. If you play 5, you can get $50 in bonus funds. Sign up using code BENGAL. That link's going to be down in the description. Again, just deposit and play with $5. They will give you $50. You're eligible to play Pick'em in any of these states. New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all eligible. Florida, California, Oregon, Texas. You can play Pick'em, but so many states can also play draft. It's fantasy football season, it's draft season. You can play draft in any of these states on the map, with the exception of New York, Connecticut, Maine, Delaware. You can see on the map, but this is the best place to play daily fantasy sports. I'm not sure I'm going to be taking any preseason picks, but let me know down in the comment section below, who should we be picking this year? Who are some of the best players to take? Who are some of the guys that are being undervalued the most? Let me know down in the comment section below. Use code BENGAL on Underdog. Again, when you play 50 or play 5, you get $50 in bonus funds, but please remember to play responsibly. So many different ways to get help. Call the Hope Line if you're in New York, or call 1-800-GAMBLER. So many different places to play. Thank you so much to Underdog for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to this video. Isn't that fun? I have no idea if this video is sponsored. It could be. And this team could be good, but it's probably not going to be. The quarterback situation is just so dire. You bring in Tyler Warren. I'm a big Tyler Warren guy. I basically think he's like the closest thing we have to Jeremy Shockey. I do think Shockey was a better athlete, and that's nothing against Tyler Warren. But I just think Shockey was a little bit more explosive. Warren is a tank, though. And I know Penn State used him in so many different ways. Wildcat quarterback. And he's a solid overall athlete. Got to develop that route running a little bit. But he mostly is a beast. 75 overall as a rookie tight end. Ranked number 30 in the league, according to Madden 26 here. I'd like to develop Tanner Bortolini. Great athlete. Matt Gonsalves could be a good move. Bernard Ryman's rated extremely well in this game. He's even higher than Braden Smith. Wow. Quentin Nelson's in here. Jonathan Taylor seems a bit low at an 88, to be honest. Of course, bringing Khalil Herbert. I'm a big DJ Giddens guy. Will we actually be able to develop him? I don't know. I'm a big Josh Downs guy. He's only an 80 overall. Alec Pierce is a 79. And of course, we know I love Adonai Mitchell. Hook 'em horns. I think he could be a stud, but he's like the Anthony Richardson of receivers. It's kind of like a coulda, woulda, shoulda. He's got to start being more consistent. And with Anthony Richardson, I am going to try and start him and develop him. I'll also look at quarterback in the draft, obviously, as well, and see if that's going to be a move that we make. But the talent is so overwhelming It's just he's never going to put it together, probably. I think the moment that he took himself out of a game because he was tired, his career was dead in the water. I mean, I hate to boil it down to one moment, but that's a pretty big moment, and he's hurt all the time. You can't develop if you're hurt, pretty much. I mean, you got to get experience, you got to get play time, and Anthony Richardson's big thing that he didn't have experience. He had 1 year starting at Florida. He was drafted in the top 5, and I really honestly don't hate drafting Anthony Richardson that high. I know it's a gamble. So is the entire NFL draft, right? You're almost like 99% chance not going to draft Josh Allen, but when the tools are so loud like they are with Richardson, I really don't blame the Colts for taking a shot, because if you can develop him, you're going to have one of the best players in the league, because the tools are so rare. But I feel like he didn't get a chance to sit and learn. He was kind of thrown to the wolves early, and getting hurt and not being able to develop has basically given him no chance. But he didn't help himself out either. Daniel Jones looks frightening. Interesting. And then defensively, I mean, we've got some talent here. I'd like to be able to develop JT Tuimoloau. I'm a huge Leatu Latu guy. The interior D-line's great. Grover Stewart's great against the run. DeForest Buckner's been one of the better interior defensive linemen now for like a decade. Charvarius Ward is sick. Kenny Moore is a great slot corner. You bring in Cam Bynum. We'll see if we can develop Nick Cross. At linebacker, it's a little rough. I am a big Cam McGrone guy. We'll see if he can stay healthy and develop. Zaire Franklin, man, this guy gets a lot of tackles. That means he's really good, right? It has to. I can't think of how it would make him bad. He's got a lot of tackles. He plays linebacker. He's got to be a beast, right? We may consider trading him anyways. I don't know. I do like the DBs for the future, though. Julius Brents is cool. I'm a big Justin Wally guy as well. Like, I like a lot of the players on this team, and I don't want Xavier Howard. I don't really even want Samuel Womack. And we probably should look to trade one of, if not both of these aging corners at some point, depending on the contract situations. But I think we're going to try and develop Justin Wally a little bit. I think he's going to end up being a pretty nice NFL player, despite being one of the lowest rated corners on this entire team right now. Arch Manning to replace Peyton Manning years later. Close enough, right? 6'5", 230 out of Texas. Arch is a pretty big kid. I don't know if he's 6'5", 230 big, but he's not that far off. Currently listed at 6'4", 220. Is this my Arch Manning? That'd be a crazy title for the video. But we could consider a quarterback. And we have Washington State in Jorvonte Craig. This is Cam Ward, obviously. 6'1", 230 out of Washington State. Again, that's not Cam Ward, but it's not that far apart. Cam Ward probably is 6'2", 215, 6'2", 219. And then you have North Dakota State, 6'5", 224. This is obviously Easton Stick. No, it's Trey Lance, who is definitely not 6'5", but he might be 6'3", 225 or something. How about his brother Bryce Lance, their receiver at North Dakota State? He could be a player. Trey Lance, 6'4", 226. This is him. I see him right here. Who are you? Juan Perkins, 6'3", 229. It's very obviously Matt Ryan out of Boston College. How many of these can I... This is just the whole video now. Fresno State quarterback, only 5'11", 235. What a build. Obviously, one of the Carr brothers, David or Derek. Demetris Butler out of Arkansas. That is Ryan Mallett. RIP. NFL quarterback for a long time. UCLA, that 5'10", 217. What are these builds? This is Josh Rosen. And, okay, you got me on a Harvard quarterback. I'm stumped. You might need a Harvard degree to come up with a Harvard NFL QB, if it's ever even happened. I know Kyle Juszczyk. He is a back, not a quarter, but a fullback. I don't know what this video is anymore. I'm sorry. Colts rebuild. Quarterback is the top national strength. D-tackle, wide receiver in there. I mean, quarterback is going to be something we consider, obviously. I may go out and trade a lot of our interior defensive line. So that could very, very easily be in play. I am going to start JTT over Kwity Paye. It's just time to quit Kwity. I just don't see a scenario where he's on this team long-term for me. What his value will be in the trade market, probably not great, but he's not going to be a starter for me. It's going to be Latu and JTT. I honestly think the right move is a full-on teardown before the rebuild. Trade Buckner, trade Grover Stewart. I know the value of the return's not going to be great on a lot of these players, but I think we probably should just try and hit the reset button. We are 4-3 at the midseason mark. Feels tough to give up on this team when they're playing well. When we're playing well, we are the Colts, right? We are. No, that's Penn State. This is our Colts. This is our team. You guys seen that guy? What a character. He played, I think, some halftime show for the Colts preseason. I don't want to show it because I don't want to get copyright claimed. I know he's probably got the copyright going after a performance like that. But it's worth looking up. Search, this is our Colts. This is our team. I'm pretty sure those are the lyrics. Is this going to be the draft we take a QB? Well, Demetrius Butler looks like a ball player at first glance. We'll see what his true talent actually is. Usually I don't, but I decided to get a lot of individual scouts for quarterback this time. I typically don't, but quarterback seemed to be the play this time around. National focus scouting is going to be receiver, even with Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr. It is something I'm going to consider, and in fact, Michael Pittman Jr. could be on the move. I said we're going to tear it down, and we're 4-3. Not really a time to tear it down. I get it, but I don't know. I don't think we're a Super Bowl caliber team. Tyler Warren with star, JTT with star. And I know some of these players are only going to get worse. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to look at expiring contracts here right before the trade deadline and see who we might be motivated to move. So Buckner and Stewart, 2 years remaining. A lot of players with 2-year contracts or 2 years remaining on their contract. Braden Smith is not. We're not going to have a ton of money. Pierce is not. Kwity Paye is absolutely gone. I'd like to keep Nick Cross. I really would. Womack is gone. Khalil Herbert's obviously gone. Samson Ebukam's gone. But these guys are not going to have tremendous trade value. I will try and get something back. Is trading Alec Pierce really the end-all, be-all? I'm not a big fantasy football guy. If I'm going to be a hater for a minute, I think it's an excuse for people that don't really like football to watch football. But I get it could be fun to get yourself more of a horse in the race. But I am in a Dynasty league over the past year or two. And I do have Alec Pierce. And it hasn't been great. I mean, he had some moments last year, but I've got like a Colts theme team. I have Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. I had Jelani Woods for a minute. He hasn't played in like 2 years. Great athlete. I have Adonai Mitchell. This is maybe not the theme team you want to have. I also had like a Browns theme team for a minute with David Njoku, Cedric Tillman, others too. I mean, it wasn't great. Anthony Richardson is on my team as well. I mean, there are way too many Colts. I can't believe Madden is disrespecting future Pro Bowler Kieran Amagaji with 69 overall. Nice, but also not that nice. And normal dev. No respect. Friend of the channel, Graham Glasgow. Tempting. He is 33, though. Sorry, Graham. Ooh. Andre Sisco is not a bad option. Expiring contract. I also don't mind Nakobe Dean. I wish he had better dev trait. I wish Junior Colson had a better dev trait. I'm such a big Junior Colson fan. But normal dev is just not that intriguing to me. What a trade. Alec Pierce, Kwity Paye, Zaire Franklin, and a second this year for Nakobe Dean and a first from Philadelphia. Obviously, their first-round pick is not going to be very high. So it's just a preliminary trade-up back into the first round from our second-round pick. in the process trading players that are not going to be on the team next year. That was the strategy there. This also opens up more play time for Adonai Mitchell. I'm in. And I like Nakobe Dean for the future over Zaire Franklin. Worst dev trait, lower overall, but way younger. And I think that's going to be a good move for us. And this just makes the path to more playtime for JT Tuimoloau a lot easier. Was probably like close to splitting snaps, but now should be taking over completely full-time with Laiatu Latu. And Josh Downs is developing really nicely already. I mean, he's playing up to an 87 overall. He's really an 84. But training camp is just so valuable if you buy the Coach XP package for training camp development. Only 90 speed for Josh Downs. I would have bumped that up a little bit, I would feel like. I'm not saying 94, 95, but I feel like he's a little bit better than 90. In terms of players ready to negotiate, Braden Smith is the big one, and he doesn't really like the scheme fit, but I really would like to keep Braden Smith. It may mean overpaying him, but I don't really think this is all that bad of a contract for us. And Braden Smith is back at a little over $15 million a year. Nick Cross, we may also have to overpay. But again, $5 million a year even is not bad for Nick Cross, and it's not going to be quite even $5 million per year in any year. And Nick Cross is back. We'd love to upgrade his dev trait. I think worst case scenario, he's a great backup. I'm not even going to talk about the quarterback. I'm not going to pay Jelani Woods. And then the fifth-year option on Anthony Richardson, I can't pick that up. I think Richardson actually might develop pretty well, though, in this rebuild. If we're a playoff team in year one, that would be a great start. We have a lot of these quarterbacks scouted a lot, but no one up enough to tell us their true talent level, which means here at week 13, if I want to know their true talent, I'm going to have to individually make them a focus player. And looking at these quarterbacks, I'm not immediately drawn to any of them, except for maybe Demetrius Butler with all these A's. But at the end of the day, his arm talent overall was not especially good. Just good to solid, and the speed is very bad. But that doesn't mean he can't play quarterback, right? Am I going to do the thing where we value the athlete and the arm too much? That's how we got in this mess maybe in the first place. So a quarterback that's actually very accurate and a field general type could be kind of nice. Let's just be sure about the quarterbacks. At least these three: Amani Whitley, Doug Thorpe, Demetrius Butler. And I think we're going to be in a better position to know what we actually want to do. We're 5-6. Very Colts right now. I feel like middle of the pack. Could be a playoff team. Could not be a playoff team. I know the Colts have been a little bit worse lately over their past few years, but I think overall it's tough because the roster is good-ish, but they're not a playoff caliber team because they're being held back at QB. And I really thought Shane Steichen would be an incredible fit with Anthony Richardson after seeing Jalen Hurts succeed in Philadelphia under Shane Steichen, but it just has not been the case. Richardson throws for 3,500 yards, 31 touchdowns to 16 picks. Jonathan Taylor is great, almost 1,400 yards, over 5 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Josh Downs was over 1,000 yards, 14 receiving touchdowns, although nobody else was super productive. We did trade Alec Pierce, though, so that's maybe where some of those numbers are going. But this is a pretty good year for a rookie tight end. Over 600 yards on 60-plus catches, 6 touchdowns. Jalen Carley's led the team in tackles with 110 at 2 for loss. 12 for loss for DeForest Buckner. Latu also had 12, 10 for Stewart. But DeForest Buckner put up 20.5 sacks. 8.5 for JT Tuimoloau. 8 for Grover Stewart. Only 6 for Laiatu Latu. We actually had quite a few interceptions overall. The rookie Justin Wally led the way with 3. This team was actually kind of sick. Why? Defense was great. Offense was pretty good. This was very close to a playoff team. Just missed out despite winning 9 games. It was not enough. Second in the AFC South. Would have had the 8 seed, which is just one shy of being a playoff team, unfortunately. Denver got 10 wins. We had 3 teams in the AFC North win 10 or more games. It's tough to get into the playoffs when that happens, as the Bills continue to not simulate well. Although I feel like the Texans usually don't, and they went 13-4. All right, we're going to simulate to the offseason. It's been a lot of build-up, but now is when we take advantage. Bengals beat the Niners in the Super Bowl 35-25. Joe Burrow wins MVP. Jamar Chase, Offensive Player of the Year, and they still could not win the Super Bowl. It's Brock Purdy taking home the Terrell Owens Bowl. I feel like the Bengals and the 49ers, I feel like there's not a ton of crossover there. I want to say Takeo Spikes, but I'm not positive. I feel good about it. Justin Smith is for sure one, actually, come to think of it. Yeah, Takeo Spikes was. I don't know why I doubted that. In terms of players ready to negotiate, I'm not picking up the 5th-year option on Richardson. He's up to an 84 overall, though. Oh, man. That's really good. That's really good. He's going to end up being a 90 soon. Accuracy's great. Well, the whole thing was coming in and probably trying to replace Anthony Richardson, but in Madden, progression is fairly linear, which means that if they're young, they can just be good over time. They will get better every single year. Now, the quarterbacks are round 1 talents, which is actually quite good. Actually, hold on. Only one of them is. The board's been moved around a little bit. So 2 quarterbacks are round 1 talents, which is quite good at QB. You very rarely will see a top 5 guy, but there is a top 5 guy at receiver, Antoine Cash from USC. Looks very good at first glance. Looks like money. But I don't know that I'm going to draft a receiver all that high, and we're not going to have a top 10 pick, so I'd have to move up for him, which I wouldn't be that thrilled to do. No generational USC strong safety in this class. Honestly, a worthwhile, nice change. Definitely some talent at linebacker. Brett Schmidt from A&M looks pretty good. I'd say Jeff Hill's all right. Linebacker is absolutely something we could consider. Brandon Crowther actually looks very good. Kind of just looks like he does everything well. Great speed as well. Crowther definitely could improve our linebacker room. And Riker Horn probably could as well. These are some names. It's usually very easy to find a defensive tackle as well. These guys are just kind of stacked down the board. So you can definitely get steals at this position, especially with the nose tackle archetype. And I don't know how much I would consider an edge rusher. I feel like we're pretty good right there. But if they're good enough, like Robbie Dell is, and becomes available to us, it would be something I consider. He looks like he might be a top 5 player in the class, and that's what I want to draft. Probably not going to look to do a lot in free agency here in year 1. I just don't think the value is going to be there almost anywhere. I'm not really interested in adding another 30-year-old to the team. I want to actually be able to develop guys. Could bring Rondale Moore back to Indiana. That's a possibility, but I don't really think I'm going to do a whole lot. Looks like Amani Whitley is headed to the Browns. I really think Robbie Dell is an amazing player, but we don't pick until probably close to 2018 and 23 or 22. Not so bad. Riker Horn is a true round 1 talent. Crowther's a round 1 to 2 guy. And those guys are expected to go at the back end of round 1. Riker Horn could be a good fit for us. But at this point, I might consider trying to trade up with Seattle to 7 maybe and steal Antoine Cash from Tennessee. Not sure which route I want to go just yet. Receiver is not our biggest need, but we've traded Alec Pierce with his contract situation. We have Michael Pittman Jr., who is already fairly deep in his 20s. So how much better is he going to get? So receiver may actually, in fact, be a bigger need than what it might first appear. So I think I would absolutely consider moving up to 7. We've got 2 first-round picks. This could be the spot to do it. Do we really want him going to a division rival? I'm not sure that we do. Quarterbacks flying off the board here. In fact, I'm surprised the Jets didn't go quarterback at 2. Says we have top needs at defensive tackle. Have we had regression hit yet? I think we should, right? Yeah, it's going to be time to trade these guys. Both 32 years old, both great players, but I don't know. I just feel like it is not the right move to hold on to both of those players. It just isn't. Jonathan Taylor's up to an X Factor, by the way. His contract's about to expire. So is Anthony Richardson. So is Pittman. We had so many players in the team with just 2 years remaining. Now they all have 1 year remaining. They're free agents all at the same time, pretty much. Pittman Jr., he's just not going to get much better than this. He's getting paid a lot of money. I know it's going to be unpopular anytime I have to trade players that are aging, that have been on the team for a while, probably fan favorites. I get it. I totally understand it. But we've got to make the tough decisions. Where this is not a friendship business. It's a build a Super Bowl caliber team business. And the way you do that is get younger, get players you can develop. But at the same time, all of our players are old with expiring contracts. All of our best players. Quentin Nelson, not old, but damn, he's almost 30. It makes me feel very old, but 30 years old, 1 year remaining. 32 years old, 1 year remaining. 27, 1 year remaining at running back. 32, 1 year remaining. 31, 1 year remaining. Josh Downs, 1 year remaining. Charvarius Ward, 30 years old, 2 years left on his deal, though. But Michael Pittman, 28, 1 year remaining. 1 year remaining. Anthony Richardson, 1 year remaining. It's, what, 80% of our top 10 or something like that? Weird way to say 8 out of 10, but whatever. Okay, that trade's accepted. Grover Stewart. It had to be one of them. I picked Grover Stewart. I think DeForest Buckner's a bit more dynamic and got upgraded to X Factor. It's a first-round pick. That is number 18 and a fourth for a first this year from Seattle, obviously number 7, and also a second-round pick from them next year. So we still have 22, but now we also have 7. Antoine Cash, we know is a top 5 talent in the draft. Feel like it's hard to go wrong. Solid enough athlete. I mean, ran in the low 4.4, so I feel like that's better than solid speed. Elite acceleration, maybe playing into that time. He can catch. He's a great route runner. He's going to be an awesome player for us. He's going to be cash money. Antoine Cash, welcome to Indianapolis. He is the number 5 player in the draft. We got him at number 7. He's got normal dev. Nothing a rookie of the year can't fix. Not an amazing pick, but he's a top 5 player. We got him at 7. Traded Grover Stewart to make it happen, though, but I think we'd do that again. I think we would, right? Wow, DJ Chason. Elite acceleration and speed. Ran 4.25. Be a very good deep threat. We don't really need wide receiver anymore. We got the receiver, but that's a round 1 talent that looks great. But Riker Horn is also really good. We really need linebacker. Welcome Riker Horn to Indianapolis. He's the number 18 player. We got him at 22. Instincts will need to make up for lack of speed. He's got 85 speed. I don't think that's that bad. 88 acceleration, hidden dev. He looks good. I'm going to miss out on that receiver, most probably. And man, he looks like an awesome, super fun receiver. As Crowther does go to Green Bay. It's a very Packers pick. I will say, as Bud Dupree is replaced by Corey, if that receiver makes it to the second round, I might have to make a move. And it's getting close. Also, I realized Bud Dupree was not a defensive tackle, but same team, same last name, whatever. Alvin Dupree. The guy's made it to round 2. He's a round 1 talent with super elite speed. I mean, it's tempting. He's also the last round 1 talent we know about. He adds to the Kansas State connection with DJ Giddens. I'm going to try to make a move. And we remember, I talk about it every time, there is kind of a 3-way connection with the Colts, Baltimore Ravens, and Cleveland Browns. Kind of a fun one. Where, well, not for some teams involved, where Baltimore loses their team. The Browns in Cleveland end up losing their team to become the Ravens. It's fun, a lot of things. We traded our second round pick. That went to Philly. So we would have to trade something of value. The Browns want defensive tackle too. Well, yeah, we're going to make a move. The Browns actually can't afford DeForest Buckner. They really can't even afford any players. But I would be beside myself if the Browns went receiver here and drafted the guy that I want. I want to make a big trade here with the Jets. I don't want to trade Jalen Carlisle. He is a good young player. We have Nakobe Dean. We drafted our Sam of the future. And I'm going to have to trade a pick. I don't want to get rid of 82, but a third next year is not going to do it. I'm going to say Buckner and a 2 next year, as well as probably a 6th, gets me number 34 and a first-round pick next year from the Jets. The Jets typically simulate pretty well, and I've got to try and jump up one more spot. I can't have the Browns drafting here. I look at receiver and I say, it's a possibility. I'm not just going to discount that they could take a receiver here. I also know it's not going to take a lot to move up. It's not. How about number 34 and a 4 next year to move up one spot? We now pick at the top of round 2, and it's going to be for the speedy receiver. I get that we have Adonai Mitchell. We just drafted Cash. We have Josh Downs. Even without Michael Pittman Jr., we maybe don't need another receiver. But with this type of elite athleticism, I'm doing the Chris Ballard thing, taking the athlete. But DJ Chason is nothing like Kayvon Chason. This is going to be a great pick. And he is the number 6 ranked player in the draft. We got him at 33. NFL-ready pass catcher, no issues catching through traffic, and elite speed. Hidden dev, 98 speed, 97 acceleration. He probably actually starts over Cash. That's the likelihood of what happens. I know we need defensive tackle now very badly. We'll see what's available at the end of round 3. Well, Chandler Schilling is our best bet here. It's just a little bit early. Any relation to Kurt? He's going to be an elite pass rusher. Unbelievable speed at 291 pounds. But is he worth the pick right here? It's probably a bit early. Vince Blackburn seems great. That's going to be my pickup here at a Texas A&M. Think he could be a very, very good player. And will probably double dip on defensive tackles. Vince Blackburn is a top 50 player. He's got the skull cap on. All right. He's got hidden dev, 85 strength, 77 speed, 86 acceleration. I think our next pick, we're going to come back, take another defensive tackle. Hopefully he's still available. We don't pick for a while here. So if you're projected to go undrafted, there's a chance you get drafted ahead of us because we don't pick until like late day 3. You're into the 5th round. I hope he's still available. It's not super late on day 3, but it's late enough to where he could be off the board already, but he's not. Chandler Schilling out of Auburn. Welcome to the Colts. Hopefully another top 100 player. I'd love at the high end of that near top 50 range. And he's ranked number 52. That's about as much as I could have hoped for. Now, it's interesting that he's got hold strong on point of attack. Typically wouldn't expect that for a lighter defensive tackle. He's got the bow tie out, 90 strength, 80 speed, 86 acceleration. You know, I didn't even talk about Adetomiwa Adebawore, but it's another really athletic, probable interior defensive lineman for me. We've got some options. Draft recap. Antoine Cash is a 79, as is DJ Chason. Riker Horn's a 76. Blackburn and Schilling are both 73 overall players. We got a backup linebacker in the middle with Nick Estrada. How good was the class overall? Amani Whitley's a 78. That's great. Owen Crockett was the highest rated player at 82. A great tight end going to the Rams of all teams. I don't know that they need that. He's an 81. Cash was the 3rd highest rated player. And Chason was also tied for 3. Here's what I'm noticing though. Cash, it said, was 5th. Said Chason was 6th. We know for a fact then that there's at least another 79 plus rated player somewhere. It's probably a kicker or punter. I would almost bet anything. Adebawore, man, he's a 64 overall. That's so bad. Well, we're going to start both rookie interior defensive linemen because, I mean, Adebawore may be a great athlete, but here in the game, he stinks. And I'm not saying he's been anything in real life yet. It was going to be a little bit of a process to develop him. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I don't know that we have any chance here. Chason, I think, is going to be a star. We did go 3-0 in the preseason, by the way. Maybe that means we're going to go undefeated in the regular season. Wide receiver, of course, a strength of the region nationally. Defensive tackle and corner. The team for season number 2. Anthony Richardson genuinely just looks very good now. Blackburn is revealed to have star dev. Schilling probably will as well. Horn probably will as well. I think our best bet for a real superstar is going to be DJ Chason, but I'm playing Cash over him because he's just better right now, and Chason's going to be able to develop better. But Cash had good training camp. He might be up to an 85 overall, and it's going to be Pittman who's out the door probably at the midseason mark, with Chason stepping into that wide receiver 3 role as our primary deep threat. I like the way this team's going to look. I know it sucks to trade Michael Pittman Jr. I'm preparing you for it mentally. It's got to happen. The cost does not make sense for me. It does not. And we're 4-3 at the midseason mark. So it doesn't really seem to matter what we do. We are going to be 4-3. We don't really need receiver or corner, but we need corner more than we need receiver, maybe. And corner could end up being a pretty big position of need, actually. Jonathan Taylor with the expiring contract, Josh Downs, actually, Quentin Nelson, Michael Pittman Jr., who does want to be back. I'm sorry. Anthony Richardson, Julius Brents, Kenny Moore. Jalen Jones is probably just going to go because we have better options. Man, it's so much of our team. I can't keep everybody. But this is our Colts. This is our team. We've got to make some moves, probably. Yeah, Pittman's got to go. Charvarius Ward's actually down from superstar dev to star, by the way. I think Kenny Moore's probably got some more trade value at this point. I mean, it's probably pretty similar, to be honest. But, whatever. You know what? The Niners are offering Dominic Pooney for Kenny Moore and Michael Pittman Jr. I want to rework this trade a little bit, but I do like the idea of acquiring Pooney. I don't think we're going to be able to get to that first-round pick, but we can get their second. Pittman Jr., Kenny Moore for Pooney, and a 2. I think that absolutely makes us better. Jonathan Taylor's 27 years old, which means he's very close to regressing, but he's also a superstar X Factor into the 90s. He's going to be fine. I'd like to keep Jonathan Taylor long-term. He is most of our offense. He's got to come back. 4-year deal. I'd like to save a little bit of money. And Jonathan Taylor returns through his age 31 season. I can't lose Josh Downs. He is expensive, though. It's going to get up as much as $20 million per year. And I might have to even raise it slightly. He wants a little bit more money, and that got as expensive as $21 million per year. He didn't want it. Quentin Nelson, also expensive, but we also have the money. I'm thinking a 3-year deal at that same rate. Quentin Nelson, Big Q is back. Anthony Richardson. It's an interesting video because this is very, very, very unlikely to happen in real life now based on what we know. Daniel Jones being named the starter. But here in the game, which is where we're doing the rebuild, we've got to act like Anthony Richardson developed like this. He's only 24 years old. He's an 86 overall quarterback. Is he worth $50 million per year? Yeah, he is. I'm going to give him a 7-year contract to be our quarterback of the future. Anthony Richardson is back. That may be unpopular, but here in Madden, it's got to be done. I'm thinking Juju Brent's back on a 4-year deal. He's very affordable. At worst, he's a good backup. Jalen Jones, if he's under 3 per year, I might consider as well, but he's not going to be. I'm going to take this down. If he says yes, great. If he says no, whatever. He's not going to come back. Jalen Jones is gone. Probably not enough value to trade him. And we brought back really everybody we needed. No Roberto Sanchez at this point, but that could potentially change down the line. We're looking good. This could be a playoff team with an 88 overall offense. The defense will continue to take strides over the course of the year. We're cooking right now. And we are not a playoff team. 7-10. A little bit worse here. Sean Floyd will play tight end in the NFL due to his slow 40 time. Interesting. Will that actually be true, or is it just a story? Because it says receiver. Is he going to be drafted as a receiver? Is he now listed at tight end in the prospect database? I don't know. Richardson still turning over the ball a little bit too much here. And Jonathan Taylor putting up a near identical season, it feels like. 5.2 yards per carry. Very good overall numbers. Offense may have to change, though, because Richardson's got to be better. Antoine Cash, though, very good rookie year. 1,100 yards receiving, 13 touchdowns. Didn't see a ton of production from DJ Chason. What's his dev trait? Show me X Factor. Star. He looks like a great deep threat, though, and release is actually up a lot. I feel like that was one of the areas where it wasn't that high, although that could have been Antoine Cash, actually, which is why he worked so well in the slot. Jalen Carlisle led the team in tackles at 8 for loss. 16 for loss for JT Tuimoloau, 12 for Latu, 10 for the rookie Chandler Schilling, and our sack totals were way down. Keep in mind, we didn't have Grover Stewart or DeForest Buckner this year, and it really showed. Maybe that's why our defense took such a step back. But we had to make those moves in preparation for the future. I didn't think we were going to win a championship with those two on the team, which meant they were expendable. We had to trade them. And I made the best move, I thought, for the team at the time. I still think it's going to be. We just won't know here for another year or two. Season recap, Ravens beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson wins Super Bowl MVP. Antoine Cash does win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Joe Burrow takes home the MVP, though. You know what's a playbook I want to try out? I want to go Rams. I feel like their quarterback always absolutely dominates. And it also should be a team that runs the ball a fair amount of the time. But in terms of the top offenses, I don't see them here. But I feel like they always sim pretty well. So it's a little bit perplexing, and they're not running the ball that well. Maybe Ravens playbook is our best bet. In fact, it probably is. Free agency Trent McDuffie is here. So is Josh Downs. So is Kenny Moore. Okay. There are some players I would like to bring in. Josh Downs is a particularly tough one because I really didn't want to lose him, and he just wouldn't sign in free agency or in the re-sign period. Also, of course, as Byron Adkison skips the combine, it was very expensive for a franchise tag, so just really didn't make much sense. Now, Cash is up to superstar dev after a great rookie year. The offense really looks great without Josh Downs. I still would like to bring him back. And at corner, Schilling has superstar dev. Carlisle's up to superstar dev. Horn with star. Cross up to star dev. Trent McDuffie is such a big upgrade. It's got to be done if it's a possibility. Charvarius Ward is regressing. Trent McDuffie is our #1 priority. No question. I'd like to be able to bring Josh Downs back as well because I really like him as a player. He's also only 26 years old. It's going to be difficult to get both, obviously, but even one of them. I'd be willing to pay Trent McDuffie a lot. He has not got a ton of interest, so he's going to need a lot. And that's about the best offer we're going to be able to make. He probably doesn't end up picking us. Josh Downs is very expensive as well. I'd like to bring him back on a long-term deal, but if he wants more than $25 million at the most, it's not going to happen. That's about the best offer I can possibly make. And again, our best-case scenario basically amounts to a coin flip. It's not good enough right now. Although there is the big-time kicker. Ben Alfaro, undrafted rookie, super high overall, but we don't need him. Let's see if we get any of them. Well, no. Trent McDuffie's going to the Patriots to team up with Christian Gonzalez. That feels unfair. And then Josh Downs, I mean, I can offer a little bit more. This is a lot of money for Josh Downs, though. This is my absolute top offer. It doesn't make any more sense after that. And even this is pushing it. We didn't get him. Josh Downs is headed to Seattle. Now, both of the D tackles at the top of the board here are clearly very, very good. Both top 5 talents. D tackle is still a position I would consider. And, I mean, Rajon Felton has everything. Elite speed, elite acceleration and agility, elite jumping, great strength. He's got a lot of A's. Now, Andrew Sanchez is also very good. a little bit heavier. His power move isn't quite as good, but has even better speed. Ran 4.63 at 296. Man, this is a good class to need a defensive tackle. We drafted 2 last season, but they weren't very high picks. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again. We'd have to move up quite a bit to get either of those guys, but they look like franchise-changing players. I also think the 3-4 defense is way better than the 4-3 in Madden 26 simulation. So I wouldn't mind adding another really good interior defensive lineman. I don't think there are a lot of good-looking corners, but there are some round 1 guys. Cam McDaniels would be good value out of Nevada, down the board a little bit. So we're not going to have a dream draft probably, but I would love to come away with a top 5 talent. We just have to move up, a little bit to get one, that's for sure. Now here's where we get a bit of a tough choice. Andrew Sanchez is a top 5 talent. He's going to go at number 1 overall and stay in state. And I think he may be the best, but the other D-tackle is comparable, Rajon Felton. Maybe not quite the same level of athlete, but still an elite athlete, right? I mean, the fact that there's so many D-tackles running better than 4.82 is insane, but he looks insane. I could have chose a better word there maybe, but that's how I feel. Elijah Hillman looks very, very interesting. Elite safety, but he's a zone archetype. This is not really one that I've seen where, I'm not going to say generational, but he's going to be really, really good. Now, if we want any of these guys, we'd have to trade up a considerable amount. We really, really would. We pick at 25, 30 in the draft. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. I always look at mock draft 1. This changes things. 2D tackles expected to go at 1 and 2. We should be a little higher. We pick at number 9. We're not taking J.J. Thompson. A day 3 projection at number 9. Who's making the picks? Me. I'm not doing that. And we pick at 27. Man. Can I move up to 1? It's going to be tough. But thinking about what we actually need, defensive tackle is near the top of the list. I like Blackburn and Schilling for sure. Edge rusher may be in play at some point. Corner is absolutely in play. But it's hard for me to pass on a top 5 player. Especially, and I get we wouldn't necessarily be passing, but especially one that looks as good as these couple guys do at the top of the board. Would love for this to be fixed at some point, by the way. Is Andrew Sanchez worth it? He ran 4.6 flat, dude. He looks insane. The only thing that separates him in a negative way from Rajon Felton is the power moves is slightly different. But looking at the actual ratings, the traits on the left side, Rajon Felton looks better. Or does he? I mean, it's just jumping. Although Felton maybe is a bit stronger. I really feel like you probably can't go wrong with either. Well, I know you can't. They're going to be incredible. Andrew Sanchez is maybe significantly faster is the only thing. I mean, he ran 4.6 flat. He's a year younger. I'm going to try to get up to 1. I am trading a lot to move up to number 1. But it's Nakobe Dean, a first number 9, a first number 27, a third this year, a second next year, and the year after that. I'm reverse Ricky Williamsing it, where instead of being the Saints and trading an entire draft plus a first-round pick the following year, I'm trading just a whole lot of picks to the Saints. For number 1, Andrew Sanchez is my guy. How good is this guy going to be? I'm hoping he is generational. The fact that he's 300 pounds and ran a 4.6, that should be mid-80s speed. It's not going to be, but it should be. We'll see. He is the number 1 player. We took him at number 1. NFL ready. Muscular frame with explosive power. Shows excellent technique to shed blockers. He's got hidden dev. He does have 85 speed. 86 acceleration. 93 strength. Now, Rajon could also be tied for number 1. But I think Sanchez was worth trading up for, as Cam McDaniels goes just a few picks ahead of us. That sucks. That was the corner I wanted. I'm probably not going to draft a quarterback here, which means I am trading out of the pick. There's really nothing here for me. Jalen Russell later to develop. He looks bad. Corners don't look good. I am just better off moving the pick. Walter Godwin I thought was going to be better. Kind of would have been an easy pick for me here. A, catching traffic. C, catching. B, deep route running. B, release. Skip the combine. But he's really great as just a jump ball type of guy, it looks like. But he's around 2 to 3 talent. I like him more than that, but not enough to take him here. I'm going to trade out. The Bills will give me their 2028 first-round pick for this, so I'll do that in a heartbeat. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Walter Godwin, maybe he's a good dev trait guy. I like the build. I like the skipping the combine, telling Roger Goodell, up yours. I'm not doing your damn combine. I think he's got some heart. He's got a pink... I don't even want to call this a suit because it's missing the jacket. It's interesting. He's the number 61 player. Got him at 48. He's got normal dev. He's no Josh Downs. I'll tell you that. Kind of a downer. Not really a god. Not really a win. Did we make the right move? Yeah, I would say so. Andrew Sanchez is an 85 overall. That is one of the highest rated players, if not the highest rated player I have drafted here on Madden 26. He's an 85 overall speed rusher, 81 power rusher, 80 nose tackle. He's got 88 finesse moves right out of the draft. 93 strength, I think we knew. 85 speed, we knew. He is absolutely unbelievably good. I would make that move again. I would make that move again. The rest of the draft, yeah, not great. Camp bodies, what do you want from me? Now, yeah, we made the right move. Rajon Felton was an 82 overall. That's great. That would have been an awesome draft pick for us. It really would have been. Would have been amazing. He is a very well-rounded player. 84 power moves, 80 finesse moves. Block shedding's good. Strength is good. Tackling, hit power is amazing. Not quite the same level of athlete overall, but a really, really good player. Really good. Hillman was an 81. There was a fullback even in here. There's a tight end named Mackey. That's sick. No relation to John Mackey, I would guess. Mike Beasley would have been a nice pickup in round 2. I think he actually went the pick before us, maybe. Yeah, or 2 picks before us. Yeah, stacked draft class, especially at the top. The defensive tackles were amazing. I had to make the move up. I could not stand idly by as... He might not be Harrison Smith, but there's a new hitman in Minnesota, Elijah Hillman. He is amazing. Tracy Morgan? Who is this? Tavares Morgan. Only took 25 minutes to load his player card. Man, how is this so slow in this game? This will be the team for Season 3. Anthony Richardson is up to close to a 90 overall. Doesn't look like much because of the normal dev, but he's got some real good weapons to throw the ball to. Tyler Warren's developing at a snail's pace, but he's up to an 81. And then defensively, I'm super excited to see what this defense can do. It is the best we've had. Cornerback is not great. I probably should look to trade Charvarius Ward, but if the defensive line can do their job, corner's going to matter a little bit less. We got to put pressure on the quarterback. Andrew Sanchez is going to help us do that. He looks like a monster pass rusher. I'm hoping for DeForest Buckner numbers from year 1. Throw up 20 sacks from defensive tackle. How sick would that be? The defense is different, though. We've moved to a 3-4. There's not really any telling whether or not it's going to even simulate close to how it did before. I've got Ravens offense and Falcons defense. So we'll see what the numbers look like. But Individual production be damned. I just hope the team is good. Midseason mark, we are 4-2. Our offense is top 5 in the league. Our defense is top 5 in the league. Our record really could be even better right now based on how well it appears that we're playing. Offense is up to a 91 overall. The defense is supposedly only an 85, but a lot of young players that are getting better, with the exception, I guess, of Charvarius Ward. Other than that, it's a lot of young talent. I mean, the oldest player is probably Cam Bynum at this point, right outside of Ward. Yeah, it's got to be. So, and I mean, Julius Brents is like 27, but we could use more at corner. Sanchez is going to be an X factor. I'm not really even worried about that. Thankfully, the strength of this class, corner and wide receiver, it pretty much is every year, but corner's number 1. I would love to be able to find a legitimately very, very good corner that I can draft this year. And Calvin Culliver, son of Chris Culliver, only 20 years old. None of these guys look especially good in coverage, but Joey Snow is a man-to-man guy with B-zone and A-press at 6'4". Could be a good fit. Players ready to negotiate. Got Jalen Carlisle, who's up to superstar dev. He wants to play for a big market team. Now, he's factoring in the Super Bowl chase, which we're an underdog right now, but I think we're actually better than that. I'm going to wait on bringing back Jalen Carlisle. If I have to franchise tag him, I will. Pooney's actually quite expensive. A little bit more than I want to pay. He just wants more money. I don't really want to give him 20 mil per year. I'd like to bring back Leatu Latu. He's 26 years old. He's not really developing all that well. I really can't give him much more than a 3-year deal. And this, I'm going to wait. He would like Super Bowl chase as well. And he's not that great right now. I mean, Charvarius Ward, I should probably just bite the bullet and trade. I love the value on Tanner Bordellini here. He's back on a long-term deal. I probably should just trade Charvarius Ward. I like Adonai Mitchell as an option, but he's a little bit too expensive at 5 mil per year for, you know, what is at best a third receiver on my team right now. Just not to be. I did sign Servassier Dennis as my Sam linebacker. Maddox Trujillo needs an extension. I probably need to trade Ward. I'm going to commit to that. No, we'll see. It says we need quarterback. That's simply not true. We have 2 first-round picks this year, but they're not expected to be very high. What can I get back for Ward? I'd like a starting caliber corner right now. Can I get that? Very unlikely. Jack Besh is with the Cardinals now. So Ricky Pearsall was a Charger. I mean, I would be willing to give up a little bit of value, but I mean, I don't really know who we can even trade. We have Desmond Watson, 415 pounds. I think he's actually lost some weight. Okay, I feel like Denzel Ward is criminally undervalued in terms of overall, but he's going to be the corner I acquire. 30 years old, he's an 86 overall. I'm trading Charvarius Ward, Matt Gonzalez, Adonai Mitchell, and a second in 2030 for Denzel Ward. It's an upgrade at corner. I like bringing in Denzel Ward more dealing with the Browns. He is, again, probably criminally underrated at just an 86 overall here. He is, without question, one of the best corners in the league. Now, he may have regressed a little bit. It's understandable here as he's 30 years old, but feels like he should be a lot closer to a 90. But it is an upgrade. And he's under contract for an extra year. Ward had to go, but we did upgrade. We got worse in that we lost a little bit of depth, but I mean, that's not going to be the end of the world. We are in the wild card, 12-5. Very, very nice year for us. Jonathan Taylor actually led the league in rushing. Anthony Richardson cleaned up a lot of things here. 3,200 yards passing, but 25 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor loves 5.2 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns, nearly 1,600 yards. 13 touchdowns for DJ Giddens as the backup, by the way, is insane. And then defensively, Antoine Cash over 1,000 yards receiving, 11 touchdowns. We didn't really throw the ball that much. We had Jonathan Taylor. We were fine. Defensively, nobody with 100 tackles, but check out our defensive line. 13 TFLs for Tuiamoloau, 10 for Andrew Sanchez, very nice rookie year. 9 for Carlisle, 8 for Latu, who put up 14.5 sacks. It's pretty good in a contract year. 12 for Tuimoloau out, 7 for Andrew Sanchez, 5 for Carlisle as a rookie. 3 picks for Ward led the way. Not awful. We're in the playoffs. I'll take it. Our offense was top 5. Our defense was top 2. Not going to jump in for the wild card. Can we beat the 83 overall Miami Dolphins with home field advantage? I would sure hope so. Survey says yes. 28-22. And we're going to head on the road to Buffalo. Start out hot, hopefully. We'll take 3-0. Low-scoring game here as we approach halftime. The Bills have not managed to score a point. It's 10-0. Buffalo finally on the board with 6. Still anyone's game, really, but our defense completely dominates the Bills. Low-scoring affair, but 13-6 is your final. They all count the same, whether you score 13 or 30. If you allow only 6 points, you're going to win the game, typically. No touchdowns passing for either quarterback, and we're moving on to the AFC Championship game. Chargers went 14-3, and they get a home field advantage here in the AFC Championship game. We are 1 game away from a Super Bowl. This would be a big one. Please, Colts, do something. I beg you, down by 6 now as we approach the half. 13-0 LA. This is where a comeback would be great. We know the Chargers could absolutely blow a playoff lead. It's a possibility. We got to bring down Amarion Hampton. We got to make something happen. I don't know if it's going to. 16-7. Chargers have extended their lead. We have 6 minutes to play. We know Chason has otherworldly speed. You got to think that's where we're going with the football. We just need to give him the time. Please let Anthony Richardson throw the ball downfield, please. Well, at this point, we would need an onside kick. We did manage to score. Does Richardson have that type of arm? I don't know that anybody does. At this point, we need an onside kick. We managed to score, but the Chargers scored, and I don't know. It just feels like it's probably not going to be happening for us this year. I mean, that should be a touchdown to Chason. Bomb from Richardson. The speed is unbelievable, but, you know, it's going to be too little too late. See if we have any chance of recovering this. Oh, he jumped back and got it. Jaden Mickens, huh? All right, we're going to end up losing by 6. Good effort, but was not to be. 27-21. Chargers are headed to the Super Bowl. Lions beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl as Doug Thorpe wins MVP with the Giants, and they win Coach of the Year with Carl David. We've got a lot to digest there. One, the Chargers were in the Super Bowl, and a quarterback named Doug won the MVP. Makes me think of Dan Fouts. I don't know why. Yeah, Jim Thorpe, you know what, played for the Giants way back in the day. Why did the name Doug make me think of Dan Fouts? Inexplicable. Carlisle is up to Superstar X Factor, by the way. We're a league favorite now. His interest level has gone up a little bit. He's really not that expensive, especially for an X Factor that's probably going to get up near a 90 overall. Jalen Carlisle is back. Pooney, do you still want 20 mil? Yeah, probably. I mean, can I give you a 4-year deal worth a little bit less money? This is what I'd want to pay you. Dominic Pooney is back. That's a big re-sign for us. I'll pick up the 5th-year option on Warren. Leatu Latu did not really get a lot better. He put up double-digit sacks and is still just, like, totally fine. I'd offer him a 2-year deal, but I'd need to think about drafting his replacement. He's going to test free agency. I'm not going to franchise tag him. Servassier Dennis to star dev. Desmond Watson can go. I don't really think we need to sign Maddox Trujillo. There will be kickers in free agency that I don't have to overpay for. So we're going to head to free agency. We've got a ton of money. Yet I'm being stingy over a kicker contract? Yeah, I am actually, because we're going to need to be able to afford all the players I want. Wow. Wow. Jameer Gibbs is here. We don't need him. but he is a 99 overall. Ali McNeil is here. We don't need him. Jack Campbell is here. That could be a fit, but Terrion Arnold would be a great pickup. And we could still draft a corner. I mean, Julius Brents is 28. Denzel Ward's 31 now. He's regressing. Terrion Arnold would be a great fit. He wants to be here. The Jets want him too. Tell you what, I'm not going to go after Jack Campbell. Ooh, for the money, Zach Bonnet Sam is probably a really great pickup. Although, Maris Lefau is 79 overall. He is incredibly cheap. He wants to be here. That's a perfect fit. Up the Arnold offer because I just don't want to lose him. Also offered on Zach Bond. Not really pursuing that one that heavily. But please let me upgrade a corner. Yes, we got Arnold. Maybe an overpay. 5 years, $37.5 million, $45 million bonus. It's a lot of money. It's like, it's under 20 mil per year though, so I don't mind it. And then Leofau, instant starter at Sam. He's not probably going to play all that much, but the price tag was way too good to not bring him in. You can see Arnold is our new highest rated corner, and the cap hit really isn't that bad. In the draft, I think we have 2 first-round picks. Corner is absolutely a need. There are a lot of round 1 talents at corner, but they're all expected to go before we pick. We pick at 28 and 29. Will I be able to get the corner that I want in that range? It's unlikely. I'm going to have to move up, and I'll probably draft the most athletic round 1 talent. If they're all the same, give me the best athlete, who's also the youngest ideally. And the run on corners really starts at 9, but I could see waiting till like 10, 11, 12, something in that range. Interestingly enough, I don't know about any top 5 talents in this draft. I know about none of them. And typically when that happens, they're on the offensive line. There's more to the draft than just taking the highest overall player. I get that. But it sure does help sometimes. And, I mean, there looks to be decent talent on the O-line. I don't know that anybody stands out as for sure, like, can't miss, must draft player. I know I need help off the edge. I don't know that I'm finding it in this draft. I don't think so. Actually, this might be where the top 5 talents are. Mike Allen. Dude, Mike Allen just looks like the insane D tackle we drafted last year in Sanchez. Jesse Parra doesn't look too bad either, but hey, we need help off the edge. Mike Allen's at 290, pretty big for an edge rusher, but be my J.J. Watt if you're going to run a 4.6. If anything to trade the Patriots, Sanchez does have X Factor. I mean, I can't trade Blackburn or Schilling because I need both of them. And I don't know how I'm going to get up to number 2. I have multiple first-round picks, but I really was going to try to move those to go up for, one of the corners. But is there a way to do it twice? I have 4 total first-round picks in the next 3 seasons, but who is an expendable player that still has value? It's tough to find one. Again, I am trading a haul for number 2, but it's going to be 2 first-round picks this year, a first-rounder in 2 years, a 3rd next year, and the year after that, and a 5th this year for number 2. But I need help off the edge. Mike Allen is my J.J. Watt. B block shed, A finesse moves, A power moves, A tackle, ran a 4.6 with great strength, elite acceleration. He's going to be a freak, just like Sanchez. He's the number 1 player in the draft. Book it. You can book it. He's ranked at number 1. We got him at number 2. Set state record for bench press reps in high school. He uses power and technique to shed blocks. Competent speed rusher. He doesn't have the NFL ready in the scouting report, but he is number 1. I thought it might have been identical to the last guy. He's got 91 strength, 84 speed, 85 acceleration. Mike Allen, he may not be as good as Sanchez, but he's pretty damn good. And I know I still need a corner. I'd still consider moving up. I've got a first-round pick next year. The team at this point doesn't necessarily need picks so much. We're going all in now. And let me tell you, the corners look really good. A lot of round one talents, ages all over the place. The best pure cover guys are Wilburn and Ware. But they're also two of the oldest. And they don't press quite as well. So it's what do we want here? Again, I think I'd probably lean towards the best athlete. And Calvin Culliver is the youngest. The most well-rounded probably, but also he's got the best speed. And he's still available at number 9. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make anything work for him, but I am going to try and make a move. The Bears need defensive tackle. We know I'm not really wanting to move that, but I might. Denzel Ward, a 3 and 2 4s is going to get me 2 second-round picks for Miami. The Bears are being really difficult. Denzel Ward is gone, so I'm basically saying I'm going to move up for a corner. Whether or not it'll be into the top 10 remains to be seen, but again, I don't need these picks. I need to be competitive right now, and right now, we are just not close enough to making something happen. Trading Taj Washington, Riley Leonard, and a 4th to the Rams for a 3rd-round pick. Again, I'm doing whatever I can, and it just won't be enough. I'll be able to move up, but just probably not to number 9. Jalen Travis for a 3rd. I'm doing everything I can. I'm going old school. I'm making a ton of trades in effort to get the one trade I actually want. But I don't have enough picks probably. Or do I? All right, it's so many things. 2 second-round picks, a 1st, and 2 3rds to move up to number 9. That's probably too much, honestly. Calvin Culliver, you better be insane. You better be insane. He's ranked number 13. We got him at number 9. He's got a hidden dev, 95 speed. We drafted him for the speed. Calvin Culliver's our guy. We've got no picks forever. We got to win with this team. We do have money, though. We do have money. We had to replace Leatu Latu. I thought Mike Allen would be the best guy to do that. He's an 82 overall. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I think he's by far athletic enough to play off the edge. He's got 84 speed, 85 acceleration, 92 tackle. Mike Allen, I think he can do it. And he actually goes up to an 83 at right edge. Calvin Culliver versus 78. I guess we'll take that. Got some decent value down the board. And Mike Allen, of course, is the best player in the class. Jesse Parr was an 80. Some really good offensive linemen. And there was actually a better corner that goes at number 11. He didn't have elite speed, but is only -1 speed to the elite speed guy. Sharif Gillisley is really good. But so could our guy. He could be really good too. Brandon Aubrey is just free, pretty much in free agency. He's not going to play for free. It's going to be like 4 or 5 million. Or it's 1.35 million. 1.4. That's free. Puna Ford, Hookem is available. Cam Little's here. That'd be fine too. Let's bring in Ricky Pearsall. That's an upgrade. It's like Alec Pierce enough. I also think I should upgrade over DJ Gittins for a goal line guy. Let's go Jordan Mason. Well, going into the season, because we did training camp, we already know Mike Allen is an X factor. I'm already loving the draft pick. We traded up a lot to get him. So the fact that he's actually a monster, really, really nice. Offense looks really good. Just need to continue to develop the boys. But Anthony Richardson is a 92 overall. Defensively, we look great. I'm hoping the defense can rise to the occasion. I feel like the offense is going to be pretty good. Culliver's got star dev. He's up to an 81 overall. I mean, it could be worse. That's pretty good, but It's not worth what we got, or what we gave away to get him, I should say. Not at all. 5-2 at the midseason mark, doing quite well. We have JT Tuimoloau out, that's going to be a free agent. Justin Wally. This entire most recent draft class after 4 years now is up. Cam Bynum as well. Some of the players we signed out of free agency like Ricky Pearsall, Jordan Mason, Giddens obviously from that draft class as well. Braden Smith. We'll deal with those a little bit later. I think we're going to be in business here. Just want to do a once-over on the team and make sure that we have everything in place in order to make a deep playoff run. I think we do, and we have money to re-sign all of those free agents. The O-line looks very good. Got good backups. I mean, really, I guess it would just be a top-of-the-line corner. Could be an upgrade, but corner really, for the most part, is fine. I think this is going to be the team that gives us a Super Bowl. We're a 90 overall, and still all these players are developing. We look great. Let's go to the playoffs. Should be an easy playoff team. We have the number 2 defense, allowing fewer than 15 points. Our offense has been fairly good, but I imagine it's going to get even better as we're in Ravens' playbook, and that's just a good playbook, and we have good players. And we go 14-3. It's a first-round bye for your Indianapolis Colts. We just crushed it overall after going winless in the preseason, although I think that's how it goes sometimes. I think the Patriots in their 18-1 season, up until that giant loss, I think they lost every game in the preseason. And we're not even losing by a lot. By 3 to the Chargers, by 4 to the Titans. And the Ravens game happened. Stats and awards, Anthony Richardson, I mean, is not being impressive because we're not really asking him to throw the ball very much. But, I mean, he's not turning the ball over. He's averaging a decent bit per attempt. We're really running the ball into the end zone a lot. Jonathan Taylor loves that 5.2 per carry. Number goes over 1,600 yards receiving. Nobody over 1,000. Nobody really even close. We didn't throw for that many yards, so I guess it does make sense overall. And then defensively, didn't make a lot of tackles, weirdly enough, but I guess our defense wasn't on the field all that much. Andrew Sanchez goes over 10 sacks. Mike Allen is a rookie as well. 8 for JTT. Schilling had 6.5. Only 3 interceptions. Are we just forcing 3 and outs every time out there? We had the number 1 defense. We allowed the fewest pass yards per game, the fewest rush yards per game, the fewest points per game. We had the number 1 rushing offense, the worst passing offense in the league. But we're seeing success, and I'll tell you, Atlanta Falcons playbook may be my new go-to. We're not producing a ton of raw numbers, but in terms of success, it's really tough to beat what we're doing. And this Dolphins team went under 500. They're an 84 overall. I hate to jinx it, but this should be a cakewalk to the AFC Championship. Miami goes up early 7-0. 14-7 now. We've tied it up. No defense is being played anymore, but we do take the lead 21-17. We force would look to be a 3 and out. Could have been a penalty in there. Wasn't a 3 and out, I don't think, but they did turn over the ball one way or another. And we are entering the 4th quarter in a really good position. Chase on with a lot of speed. Richardson thrown for 3 touchdowns. We are in a beautiful position. Also, it said Cater Kohu, 3 catches, 30 yards. No. He plays corner for the Dolphins. That didn't happen. They're just not running with Chase on here. I just don't care. Put the ball out, run underneath it. Chason makes the catch, no touchdown, but you simply cannot give a free release to 98 speed. You just can't do it. Nobody even lined up over the top of him. I mean, it just doesn't get easier than that. Give me a jump ball to our Jeremy Shockey. And Jeremy can't come down with it. Maybe we just need to let him be Tyler Warren. Don't try to be anybody else. It's really tough to get jump ball animations in this game. It just wasn't going to happen. There's Jonathan Taylor, though. It's a really weird way to get 8. And Tyler Warren's actual raw numbers, I don't love that. Or maybe I do. Cash makes the catch. I'm not changing his number. It's like the Cowboys now. That's what we're doing. Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin, CeeDee Lamb, Des Bryant even. We're doing it here. Richardson's going to get sacked. 3rd and goal on the 3. Richardson looking for passing touchdown number 4. And they're all over that. I was never open. It was good coverage. I like going for it here. Try to end the game. I'm looking for some quick cash. 88's wide open. Get him the football. Nobody covered him. Touchdown cash. Money for number 88. This game should be over. And our defense holds up strong for the first time today. 28-17 is your final. Didn't really play all that well in this one, but got the result we wanted. Anthony Richardson throws for 4 touchdowns. Browns, Colts. We've done a lot of work with the Browns in this rebuild, a lot of trades, and they've helped us get some really good players. We've helped them probably get some good players, and now we meet in the AFC Championship. All roads led to Browns, Colts, I guess. Home field advantage. We are 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Let's get it. Browns actually out to an early 7-0 lead. We tie at 7. Can't seem to make it 14, but the Browns do. 14-7, 3rd quarter offense. You got to start scoring the football. 14, now 21-14. Anthony Richardson and Jordan Mason, of all players, for a 47-yard touchdown. Do we have the ball? Why are they going that way? Oh, they're going the wrong way. Penalties. 4th and 11. Cleveland with no choice but to go for it. We need that pass rush to go to work. It looks pretty good. It's a check down, and a tackle will send us to the Super Bowl. That's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, Cleveland has 3 timeouts, but touchdown or field goal wins the game. Or wasting time wins the game. The only thing that even gives them a chance is a turnover. We are not going to let that happen. Cleveland called their final timeout. This one is over. The Indianapolis Colts are headed back to the Super Bowl. Richardson with 1 final knee. And we'll see if we can continue our postseason success in the one that matters most of all. Amani Whitley shut down. Richardson continuing to play well. We're going to play for a Lombardi up next. Colts, Eagles. The first Colt Eagle to jump into my head was Trent Cole. Just remember Trent Cole? Eagles are an 89, but we are a little bit better at a 92. I'll try to think of another Colt Eagle. Paris Campbell, Zach Pascal, Kamar Aiken. I'm looking at a list now. Of course, the well-known quarterbacks are going to be probably at the top of most people's list, like Gardner Minshew, Nick Foles, Carson Wentz. I never really think of quarterbacks because I don't use them on Immaculate Grid, but those are the ones that you guys probably think of most often. Although I really haven't been playing the grid. Anyway, we're up 7-3, down 10-7 now. We do have the football, and it's going to be a 50-yarder tie. All right, well, Brandon Aubrey doesn't miss these. Just played into the wind a little bit. That's good all day. And yeah, I thought I saw a pass dropped by Ricky Pearsall. Son of a gun. Well, okay. That one was actually accidental. I didn't mean anything by that. I really didn't. Eagles take a 17-10 lead. Oh, man. This is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a really difficult one to win. Cash is wide open. Jonathan Taylor with a block. Could be a huge play. Richardson under 100 yards. A touchdown and a pick. They want to press Chase on the outside. His release is amazing. His speed is amazing. We have time. Say goodbye. Chase on, touchdown. We're tied. DJ Chason is just way too fast. If you think I'm not going to abuse that, you're incorrect. Why would I not take advantage of his best skill set? 3rd and 17. Jalen Hurts was sacked. Our pass rush is crazy. I mean, this is when we need to make a play. 3rd and 17. They're going from empty. Good luck blocking 4. Those guys are just too good, but their O-line's too good. 4th and 13. Philly to punt. Super Bowl winning drive right here. Harry Potter back to return. Oh, he's a wizard. No, he's not. We just need to play for the field goal here. No reason to try a touchdown. To try a touchdown like it's just a choice of 2. I know there was a lot more yardage to be gained there. I'm trying to waste time. We're basically in a field goal range already. This is the final play before the 2-minute warning. I feel confident Jonathan Taylor is going to be able to run the ball pretty well for us. Motion inside zone. Tommy Tremble across the formation. Jonathan Taylor to make it 3rd and short, ideally. Or we go to the outside. Taylor breaking tackles. And finally brought down. 3rd and 10. It's honestly not an awful result for us, because we can bring this down to about a minute. And honestly, I just don't know that they can run with Chase on as it is. Let's snap the ball. That's open. We just got to throw to it. Cash money! Timeout Philadelphia, but the writing is on the wall. We are about to secure the first Super Bowl for the Indianapolis Colts since 2006. Just go down, Jonathan. So Taylor stopped on the 1. The play clock and the game clock are separated by about 20 seconds. I actually feel pretty good by just taking a delay game, trying to get an extra half second off the clock. I feel pretty good about that. It's still a chip shot field goal, and if anything, if you want to get real technical, it's going to make the ball travel in air a little bit longer, taking maybe even a little bit more time off the clock. So we're going to kick it. That is straight up, and the Eagles will have 16 seconds and no timeouts to get into field goal range or try to win it with a touchdown. I feel pretty good. 11 seconds to go. Just do not get beat down the field. Andrew Sanchez up the gut. Jalen Hurts is sacked. The Eagles' reign of terror could be over. Will they get the spike off? They will. Yeah, warm up Chase McLaughlin. Make sure he's ready to go. What's the scenario? I'm not running mid-blitz. There's no way. I do think that prevent prevents you from winning in real life. In the game, it's probably the right move. Everybody's way back. Carr lies, maybe a sack to win it. That'd be sick. Hurts will throw and find nobody. It's knocked down. Pressure was just too much. We made some crazy trades in this one, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. We get the win. 20-17. Brandon Aubrey with the game-winning field goal. We'll take it. You know, honestly, this one went pretty easy. You're not going to guess how long my recording is, because it's insanely long. But this was only like 4 seasons. I say only. Sometimes it goes 5 or 6, but I think just 4 seasons here, and I've recorded for a little over 6 hours. That's a long time, but the result is worth it. A Colts Super Bowl championship coming to Indianapolis. Baltimore had a lot of, postseason success when they were the Colts. Raymond Berry, Johnny Unitas. But not so much with any other era. Peyton Manning, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, was only able to win 1 with the Colts, 1 more with Denver. And that should kind of go to show you that Peyton Manning is, I think, undisputably a top 5 quarterback of all time. He's got as many Super Bowls as Eli Manning, who was probably never a top 5 quarterback at any one time in the league. He had a couple seasons where he may have been close. And I'm not an Eli hater. I'm a Giants fan, right? Eli was awesome when it mattered most. But Dan Marino, another guy in the conversation for top 5 quarterback ever, never won a Super Bowl. It's a team sport, and our team was actually better than the Eagles this time around. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.